Hello, 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 everyone. Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is a beautiful sunny day. It's 27 degrees Celsius with 80 degrees Fahrenheit. We also have a humidex factor happening today, so it's 30 with the humidex or 86 with the humidex. They're calling for some rain, which would be lovely because it is so dry out there. So today what I would like to do is work on my cluster book. I have been making clusters in this. It was a food course, and I think you would remember, if you've been following me at all, that I started with this one. It was an experiment, little bits of ribbon and paint, etc. I had a lot of fun with it, and then I was doing this one, and this is the one that kind of tweaked me to thinking everybody's doing the grid journaling. Hey, hello, and welcome. And because this reminded me of how everybody else is doing grid journaling, that's what prompted me to do the blocks, etc., etc. So then I did this wild, crazy green. Hi, Dan. Welcome, hon. Nice to see you. I did it. So what I did was I took a piece of pink tissue paper. I put pink. Good grief. Let's try that again. I took a piece of green tissue paper and I glued it down. And then I just added yellow bits and some green bits, some paint. This funky yellow stuff is from an onion bag. Of course, these are little gemstone things. They're really blingy. I just needed something fun to play with. So I figured today I would just do kind of a mishmash. Oh, I also was doing a pink one. I didn't find a focal point that I wanted on them yet, but I've got a little bit of ribbon and painty papers, and I took a onion soup mix box, this one to be exact, and I dipped it in black paint, and I used it as a stamp on here to add some interest. Did some black dots as well. So, yes. So today I would like to do just some fun, not necessarily all the same. I want to use my inchies as my focal point because I have a lot of inchies and I haven't really been using them. So I think it's time to use up some of these inchies. So I didn't get a chance to watch Janet Nash's live yesterday. I was out in the garden. I got up at 5:30 or some stupid thing, and it was light out already. So I had a quick cup of coffee, and I went out and I was working in the garden. So I missed her, and so I watched her live replay this morning, and she had done some cards, ATCs with a punch out in it, and then she put in a piece of acetate that she had stamped on with permanent ink, and she had some clear acetate stickers that she used in the hole, and they were gorgeous. So I commented to her that I do the same thing, but I do it with the thread in it and some sort of paper thing. So just in case Janet happens to watch this or the replay, this is the way I do it. I just use a piece of thread and I sandwich it between two pieces of paper and I stretch it across the hole so I've got something in the middle. I've done this right in journals, like on journal pages as well. So anyway, Janet, this is the way I do it. I do it with a little, hey, how are you, hon? So I do it with thread instead of using an acetate piece, and it gives a really nice kind of peek through if you use them in a journal page or something. Anyway, so today I would like to play clusters, if that's okay with you guys. How are you, Laura? Haven't seen you for a while. Hey, Cal, welcome. Cal, did you get that envelope I sent you? Just wondering, because it's been a couple of weeks. So I'm not sure that I want to use just a blank page. You moderately needle? I think you're more than moderately. So when the kids were here, I used up the leftovers of their paint and I spread it on some pages. I'm wonderful, thanks. I think I'll use this blue page. So I'm going to take some of this blue glitter glue. That's purple. This blue glitter glue. And I'm just going to put some, it's not glitter glue, it's glitter paint. And it is, let's put glasses on so I can actually read the label. You're positively grand? Yes, you are. It's an Elmer's glitter paint. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad you got it. So, as I say, I want to make some clusters. This is my cluster book. I'll do another quick flip through for those who haven't seen it. This one has ribbons and funky painty bits, the way I do my distressed painty bits. This one I just kind of did doodles on. That's what made me think that I already do grid journaling. This one's kind of on the wild side. I used some onion bag stuff in it, some threads, paint, stamps. This one again, bit on the wild side. I don't know what I want to use as the focal point on these. And that's what I've got done. So let's play blue. I like doing clusters too. And my focal point for these clusters is I want to use my inchies because I have lots and lots and lots of inchies. And I've got balls of this yarn. I got it at the thrift store. It was like 50 cents a ball, and I think I got like 6 balls of it. And it tangles and doesn't, like, it's, I don't know what else I would use it for. I think this is the stuff people used to make, or what's making necklaces out of. Yes, no? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to use this blue page and I'm going to put some glitter paint down. Whoa, that's lots of glitter paint. Wasn't quite planning on that much. But that's okay. It's just going to take longer to dry. Sorry. What you been working on, Laura? Oh, no. Did you work yesterday, John? Yeah, I'm going to use it in my clusters. I have no idea. I also use it as the string on tags. It looks really cool as the string on tags. Let's try some yellow. Ooh. Just Jakey all over. Still got a touch of that thing. Oh, playing hooky. I get it. I'm playing hooky too. No, I'm not. I'm was supposed to be here, but I have so much yard work to do. But it's so hot and so humid. I am hiding. Okay. So I'm going to let this dry. I will fan it while we're waiting for it to dry, and I will visit. I did my masks from Sunday. I got them all doodled. Hi, Sherry. Welcome. I'm playing clusters today. I put down some glitter paint, and I'm just helping it dry. Oh, is that going to make people crazy? I should do this over here. Smoky there today? Oh, we had smoke last week. I was housebound. Made me absolutely insane. I did get most of the garden in yesterday, though. I got my tomatoes and peppers in. Still haven't planted the beans, which I should have planted a couple of weeks ago, but whatever. Whatever. My husband built me a couple of new garden beds, so I'm late because he's been putting dirt in, and I've just been waiting because I still have one that's empty. All right. Does that sound making people crazy? Can you hear that? Wusha, wusha, wusha. Okay. Are we dry? Maybe. Glitter paint. So, oh, no, not quite. Oh, I can't do that on there. It's really dry here. It is building and planting. Well, it didn't help, Jan. I saw a sale on lily bulbs from the Lily Nook up in Neepawa. They used to hold a lily festival up in Neepawa. And so they had Asiatic lily bulbs on sale, 10 for $25. So I bought 2 packs. And the silly thing is there's 13 in each bag, not 10. So I thought that the kids would want some, but Sandra's yard's all ripped up because she had to dig out because of another crack in her basement wall. And Meg's in BC, so. Jan is actually my sister-in-law, Laura. She lives in Nanaimo, BC. Sandra may have a job in Parksville, Jan. She would be there 3 days a month or a week a month, something like that. All right, so I've got this. It's not quite dry. It's beautiful up there. Very beautiful. So I'm going to do this because I can. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. Yeah, what's your temperature there, Laura? It's 80 Fahrenheit here, 86 with the humidity, so us cool weather folks are whining. Oh, a weird El Nino thing. Well, that's going to make some interesting backgrounds, isn't it? It is very beautiful on the island. I think Jean's going to be sending you some of my bits again, Laura. I sent it to her. She figures you'll be able to remove the background because in my infinite unwisdom, when I scanned them for her, I put a beige piece of paper on top, and it's not as nicely clear as I would like. Okay, so I have some green, some yellow. It doesn't really show, but that's okay. So I'm going to take this here piece of lime green and I am going to glue it down the middle of that. Oh, so we're warmer than you are today. That's kind of wild. Just gluing it, just gluing it. And yeah, I'm making clusters, but I figure if I glue these down in stripes across the page, when I rip them, they'll be there. So that's yellow. Let's do a couple of stripes down the green. Oh, Kim, you're making a big mess. That's okay. It is just fine. Kind of like doing the clusters in the book like this, because then I can kind of mass make. Oh, look, I can go this way. It's long enough to go across this way. Just have to be careful when you're doing this though, because we only like 5 layers, right? 5 layers of paper, otherwise it gets too thick. It's very glittery. That glitter paint just did a fun bit. I'm going to rip this one so that I'm not going over that yellow stripe too much. So this is kind of like doing a master board, right? I've got the background, I'm gluing bits on randomly, and then I'm going to work on specific areas that are going to be clusters. Does that make sense? I'm just cutting out the middleman kind of here. And I wanted like thinner strips because you don't want like too many big chunky things in the cluster. I don't think anyway. And then too, once you've ripped the cluster out, this background page can be used as something interesting too. You know, I want to cross that. I just have to cross that because I can. And the reason I'm using all these random bits, I cut a whole bunch of strips of fun paper. I want something really wild, I've decided this time for my clusters. Since I'm using this yarn and it's so multicolored and wonderful, I figured that I should probably have something fun as the background. But I guess you guys have also noticed when I was showing you my clusters that I haven't used any of them. Have not used a single bit out of this book yet. Which is okay. You're not glued down. Come on. Glue, glue. Do any of you watch Pam from the Paper Outpost? I like her philosophy on if something's lifting on one of her pages, she uses glitter glue to put it down. I guess it's kind of like that Japanese thing where if it's broken, you use gold to fix it. So how's the little one, Jan? Now that she's walking. And sometimes, if it's got the little bit sticking up in a cluster, I don't mind. I just kind of leave them. Okay. Nice. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Laura. Enjoy the farmer's market. Ours haven't started yet. Still a little cold. They usually start towards the end of May. See you this evening, Laura. Have fun. Thank you very much for popping in. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm just going to put on a couple more pieces of paper, and then I'm going to put some lace down. I'll decide where I want the clusters to be when I put the lace down. So here, with this yellow or green strip, I don't even know what color it is, that makes 3 layers of paper, right? The background, the green, and the yellow. So I have to be very careful not to put too much more over that specific spot because we don't want the journals to get too bulky. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad she's good with them. And what are the kittens' names? Are they orange like yours? And I think I'm going to put just one more over here, and I think I will start decorating. Oh, no. Did she run away from you, or is she still really good about that? Kind of like that there. I think I need another one this way. I think this goes this way. That's awesome. Very awesome. I had a blast on Saturday. My girlfriend came over with her 3 littles, and they were an absolute delight also. Okay, so I'm going to leave this. I'm going to consider this as the background that I am now going to embellish. So I pulled out these bits of lace. I've got various laces. Don't know if I want to go really bold or subtle. Hey, Barbara, welcome. So because this is a ruffled lace, I'm going to pull this sewn stuff off. I guess I need to cut it. I like this blue. And I have some really cool yellow with beads on it. I am working on my cluster book, Barbara. Trying to use up scraps. This is one of my scrap busters. Again, I am using minuscule bits of paper. Oh no. Oh no. That's funny. Thank you very much, Barbara. That's too bad it's not being made anymore. That's really annoying, actually. So what's the Tombow like? Can you send me an email with the picture of it? Because, well, I guess I could Google it. I can Google it. I just don't want to run out of these containers. Okay, so I took this edging off. Yeah, it can be used for something. It's going to go back in the bin. So I think I'm going to use this blue. It's a very, very pale blue. And I'm going to use this yellow with sequiny things on it. So I'm not going to use these ones. So I'm going to put them back to the side. And I don't know how many I think I'm going to get out of this. I want to do probably minimum of 9, hopefully 12. That's funny. I appreciate it though. And I'm really sad that they're not making them anymore. I'm going to have to be very diligent and make sure that I keep this one really nice and clean. So I wonder if I can get 12 pieces out of this. We'll find out. Or even just, I could do 6 and 6. Let's do 6 and 6. Hi, Pam. Welcome. I'm just working in the cluster book. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. 5, 6. Just kind of trying to decide how I want where I want the clusters to be. So is everybody doing good? Six pieces of the blue lace. Nope. So I think that's the way the lace is going to be. I don't know how well you can see it. Your kids are off school now too, aren't they, Pam? Home for the summer. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to use this funky yarn stuff. Not sure how I want to use it. If I want to make like a couple of loops. Let's just get a bunch of pieces. You said you find it easier when they're home for the summer? Do your grocery bills go up when they're in the home for the summer? Okay, thanks, Barbara. I'm really not a big fan of the Michaels in Winnipeg. I really am not. I mean, they don't stock gel plates anymore. They don't stock a lot of stuff. And I just don't think it's fair, right, whatever you want to term it as, because I just think it's wrong. just wrong. Okay, so if that's going to go here, do I want to put the loops of yarn under or over? I think under. Oh, wonderful. That's cool. So as I said, I've got 3 layers here, and I've got this layer of lace. So I'm going to put these kind of on the side. And I'm not sure if I'm going to leave them as loops or if I'm going to cut them. I think I'll cut them. And I had this one going up and down. Didn't even think about that. I'm going to have to pin them somehow to get them to stick. It is hard to find good supplies. Oh no, Cal, I didn't realize you weren't well. What's up, hun? Really sorry to hear that. Yeah, I can't afford a lot of their stuff either. It's got to be something I really, really want. And I mean really want. Hey, Kathy, welcome, welcome. I am making clusters today in my cluster book. I like working in batches. Yeah, everything's getting too expensive. Definitely. Definitely. Oh, Cal, I'm really sorry to hear that. Oh no. I hope they're looking after it and you, like that's okay. I need to put something heavy on that to hold it still. I'm really sorry to hear that, Kel. What have you been working on, Kathy? Budget friendly ideas. Yeah. Is that another way of saying I'm cheap? I grew up in Winnipeg. Come on. Everybody knows someone who can get it for you wholesale. That's just part of it, right? Like, okay, no problem. I'm glad they're taking care of you, Cal. Finishing a junk journal. Awesome. Is your junk journal um themed? I'm so glad that they're dealing with it, Cal. That well, I'm glad you got the happy mail then. Very glad. That was one of the packages my post office lady said, I'm not sure it's going to go through. Oh, a Dear Julie exchange challenge. Cool. Well, I'm glad it took that long to get there then. As frustrating as I was finding it, this lace has beads and little plastic sequiny things on it. So I'm putting some weight to hold them in place. If you guys are wondering, what's she doing with all those things on her page? Oh, the cards aren't folded straight. Isn't that the most annoying thing? Oh, ooh, that's a big long one. That's okay. We can have some long ones. We can have some short ones. Oh, good. I'm glad you've got something to do there. That's really important. Oh, doesn't quite reach. not as much a fan of coloring as I am doodling. I really, really enjoy doodling. I do have coloring books, but I've been finding what I've been doing with them is instead of coloring them, I use my circle punches and I punch out circles so that it's just like a black and white fun something. And I use them to tuck in small envelopes and pockets in the journals. I think this needs a bit of a cut. Let's just use a shorter one. So I don't know if anybody's playing along with me or just here to visit. Either way, I'm really glad you're here. Jan, how's your vest coming along that you're working on? Uh-oh. I did see your crochet bag. It turned out absolutely lovely, Cal. I guess you haven't had a chance to go shopping with it yet. I used mine for hauling some craft supplies up and down. Holds so much stuff. It just stretches like crazy. I love it. Yeah, Jan, I have. Yep, they are two separate hobbies. My girlfriend just posted something on my Facebook page about oh something about craft rooms. People think you're rich because you have all these craft supplies. It was pretty funny. But she knows me well. But I don't really purchase craft supplies. I buy things that I can use in multiple ways. To hold all your yarn, oh my, it's going to be suitcase size. You're just still making the granny squares? Well, if you need help in putting it together, Sherry, give me a shout and I can help talk you through it if you like. I will be glad to do that. Exactly, Barbara. Exactly. I've never bought a greeting card for $20, but I'm sure they're out there. And I would still rather make it myself. You're right. Definitely. Now, for the blue ones, do I want the yarn on top or still under? I think I still want it underneath. Kind of liking the way that's going. Oh no. Sorry to hear that, Jen. That's annoying. Kel knows what it's like pulling things back. She ripped her Afghan back and she had a lot done on it. I've ripped things back too, I have to admit. It's part of working, with it. I've been watching this lady Bag a Day crochet or whatever, and she orders yarn from all over the place. She just got a whole bunch of Slovenia. I'm not sure. But she let her 7-year-old daughter place the order for her. Everything in the bag was pinks and purples. It was hilarious. You did rip it back that far. If you're wondering what I'm doing is I'm holding the glue down so it'll dry a little bit before I start adding the inchies. I will show you as soon as I get these last few bits down. I'll show you what they look like so far. I'm just kind of in the zone here, guys. That ice yarn is beautiful. Yeah, I don't think anybody likes going backwards, John. I hear ya. Wish I wouldn't have kept these so big. What was I thinking? Need more glue. More glue. More glue. At least with crocheting, if it's not like a sweater or another piece of clothing that I'm going to be wearing, not that I wear sweaters, um, I usually try and figure out a way to adjust it so that you can't tell I made a mistake there. Kind of like with the Granny Squares cow, where you only did the two, and it's like, no, you could leave that. You don't need to rip it. If that makes sense. Ooh, that's a big long one. That's going to be one droopy cluster. Take breaks and slow down. You know, Sherry, it is, but for some reason, I want things done yesterday. Hey, Jean, welcome, welcome. Oh, you're not late. And family's much more important. Much more important. Need some, looking for something heavy to put on that. I'm making clusters. Sort of. Right now, I'm just doing the backgrounds for clusters. Well, I guess I've started them. I think it's the ADHD that I just need to, and something different every day. Yay, Barbara. Nice. I liked it when I was actually teaching, and I could get the teacher's discount. I mean, now I get the senior's discount, but it's, you know how that is. Ooh, I've got a show and tell happening here. Oh, very cool. Thank you, dear. I just got a happy mail, and it's from the UK. I'm going to open it. I bet you I know who this is from. There's a lot of stamps there. Let's see if I can get in from the bottom. The shed is finished. Awesome, Jean. I am playing down here while he is painting. He's painting. Jan, he's painting. I think we need champagne too. Um, knife. My husband doesn't paint, but he's painting the shelves for my flower boxes, my window boxes, and they're not going on the windows. And he's painting them purple to match my greenhouse. So the shed, is it that your she shed, Jean? Ah, it is. Look at all this beautiful stuff. Thank you, Janet Nash. Look, I've got an angel. She sent me an angel. Or a fairy. Must be a fairy. Beautiful flowers. I like the way she does her flowers. He's painting shelves for under my flower boxes, my window boxes. That was a young Freddie print. Well, that's awesome. This was from one of Janet's, you know how she does draw a number thing, right? And Sylvia put a number in for me. I've got an owl button. One of her owl buttons. Oh, I feel so lucky. Well, thank you very much, Janet Nash. I shared my happy mail with everybody here. I'll have to message her. Oh, it's Defy. Okay. Nice. Well, the amount of stuff that you sent out this past time, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Ah. I love Janet Nash mail too. Hi, Sylvia. Welcome. I just showed up. Remember you put my number in for Janet's draw? Well, I won, and I just received it today. Ron just brought it down for me. So I had to show it off. She sent me one of her wonderful owl buttons and a Freddie print and some of her flowers. And she sent me, I guess it's a fairy, just some lovely, lovely bits. How are you, Sylvia? I'm working in my cluster book. I haven't finished the book yet, but I'm working on it. But I'm using some lace, so I'm kind of holding it down with heavy stuff. It was wonderful happy mail for me. I'm excited. Something heavy. Something heavy in plastic. Something heavy in plastic. I need something to weigh this down. It's not plastic, but the glue won't stick to it. I'm good, thanks. Ducks of hearts. You didn't see my duck the other day, did you, Barbara? I showed my marionette duck. Oh, Sylvia, I watched your caravan book. That's going to be beautiful when it's done. Places you want to be and visit. Either you find new channels or I have to stream every day. Why? What's up? Why do I need to stream every day? You want to see my duck? Okay, let me go get my duck. I'll see if I can get him to walk nicely under this. Okay, we'll move these. We'll see if he'll walk nice. It's hard doing it on the table. I'm used to him walking on the floor. Oh, not to the camera. That's my duck. Pam at the Paper Outpost is good, Anne. Although she does sell stuff, but it's more along the lines of stuff Malia sells. She does sell some of her journals, but she's got some great ideas. And oh, thanks, Pam. Um, I should do a video on how to make those ducks. Thanks. Yeah, my kids had them when they were little. And somebody had bought them each one. No, they bought one. And so we copied it because we're bad like that. But that was like, my kids are in their 40s now. So I figured I could do it. Can somebody please put Sherry's channel in? Please put everybody's channels in. You would love a video on duck making? Okay. I'm just wondering how we would do the bodies and feet for people. I guess I could trace them out, but they're wood. I don't know if you could cut the wood. I mean, we could always do them out of cardboard because I have done them with kids at tents for the local fairs, and I used popsicle sticks for the handle and just regular string to make them walk. Thank you, Jean. Pop in Defy's channels too, please, in case anybody hasn't watched the Defy videos for the auctions and stuff. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Pam. You can pop Kel's in and your own and Sylvia's. Wish I knew how to do that thing that Becca does with the iShare. Somebody needs to talk me through setting that up. The one that Jean just put up is the one for Defy. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Who else do I watch? I don't know. I usually have yellow polka dot bikini. Yeah. I usually just come across people because I just let it autoplay when I'm working, and I'll occasionally look up because you got to look up once in a while, right? Awesome. Yeah, Amy's good. And of course, Beth and Becca and Dana, those three usually get together and they have an absolute blast doing things. Oh, look, it's stuck to the glue, the paint. No, you need to stick to the page. Get down. Okay. There are a few wonderful people out there streaming. And Pam does great streams. Did you have a nice visit with your husband, Pam? Okay. Let's see if I can start adding stuff to these. Jean, do you want me to do a video on how I did these? What are these things? Clothespins? I can do a video, and if you get clothespins for the hardest, I could. The only thing is I use that Podge Dimensions, Mod Podge Dimensions. Okay, Cal. Okay. I have a list of quickie videos that I want to do for you, and I was hoping to get to them this week. So I'll add those to the list. Okay. So I have the beginnings of my clusters. Don't know if you can see that stuff stuck to the bottom of the page. What the heck, Yum? Get over there. So I did a background page. I put glitter paint on it, so we got some blingy happening. And I laid down thin strips of paper just because I want something kind of fun. So I decided before I started that I was going to use this lace. Okay, cool. Unable to get your own what? What did I miss? Yeah, we could do snowmen. Somebody else was going to do lighthouses on theirs. We could do like a lighthouse one. That could be kind of fun. Oh, your own channel link. Awesome. Thank you. I can make anything skinny except myself and other people. So I decided on the list, and I have so much of this yarn. Jean, do you know what this yarn is used for? It's the strangest I got 6 balls for 50 cents each at the thrift store, and it's wonderful stuff. I use it as strings on my tags. Like, it's pretty droopy. Like, it's totally droopy. But I was just wondering what the heck it would be used for. Just don't know. Okay, so I've got this stuff happening. This is my cluster book. Oh yeah, right. I knew that they did the necklaces. I mentioned that, but I was just wondering if there was another use for this.